are listening to I Am Refocused Radio with your host, Shamaya Reed. This show is designed to inspire you to live your purpose and regain your focus. And now, here's your host, Shamaya Reed.
Hey, welcome to I Am Refocused Radio. Once again, we are here today, and just like any other time, we have another special guest for this show. So first and foremost, make sure you go to IamRefocusedRadio.com. We have a lot of exciting things for 2025. Can't let everything out in one setting, but just stay tuned. We have some pretty fun things that we're working on behind the scenes. Today, we have a special guest, Tammy, Nevin. She is someone that you need to really pay attention to her and what she's doing with her platform. She has an amazing website. She's the founder, owner of HappySoulWellness.com. Everything's all about wellness today. And first and foremost, Tammy, I want to say thank you for clearing your calendar for the show today. How you doing?
I'm great. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here with you.
I appreciate your time. I know you're on a mission to make wellness fun and holistic. So before we go too deep in the woods, kind of start off first with our audience and tell us a little bit about how you started this brand.
So I started this brand looking for products myself that I could use in my own home, on my own time, on my own schedule. I was a really busy real estate agent, and it was, during the time of COVID. And I was stressed out, and being almost 50, I was like, there's got to be something more out there. I live in rural Wisconsin. We don't have a lot of spas nearby or anything like that. So there wasn't a place where I could just go and chill or anything like that. I think the closest place is about 40 minutes away. And stress with in-laws that were in very failing health too. And my husband's an only child, so the brunt of it falls on the women, I feel. Not all the time, but that was my case. So just being stressed out, and I was looking for products to use myself, and I couldn't find exactly what I was looking for. So I was looking for affordable and high quality, and I found some high quality things, but they were really expensive. And then I went down the rabbit hole of red light therapy, and that's where I had an aha moment where I had never heard of red light therapy, and there were so many things that could be positive about it. So that's kind of how it started, just looking for products for myself. And that's where I'm at now.
Now, you mentioned red light therapy. I know people watching and tuning in like, well, shoot, what is that? So for our audience, for those who are not aware how that works, kind of explain what red light therapy is used for and how it can be helpful for those.
So red light therapy is used for a wide range of issues. So it reduces inflammation. You have red and infrared light therapy, and it's been studied at least since the early 90s. NASA was studying it, and they were using it to grow plants. So with red light therapy, you have red light, and then infrared light gets deeper into the cells, and it promotes collagen production. So one thing, it helps reduce wrinkles and lines. It also reduces inflammation. So if you have back pain or pain from working out, that helps with that. Red light therapy also promotes hair growth. So once again, getting deep down into the cells, it promotes hair growth. Those are some major things. It also promotes testosterone production. So it's something that has so many uses for people that I didn't know about it when I first started doing research. And that's where it's like, where I was at, there's nobody that I knew about red light therapy. So just wanted to bring it to the masses to get people more educated on it and how it could be very beneficial to some people.
When you started Happy Soul, and once again, people want to go to the website and go with HappySoulWellness.com. When you mentioned about managing work and life balance, you know that there are clients that are looking at your product line and saying, this is definitely going to be a game changer for my lifestyle, working and trying to have some me time? What's some of the research that you took advantage of in picking the kind of products that you wanted to allow your potential customers to enjoy?
So the first product started picking and looking into red light therapy devices that I could, since I'm my own customer, and that's the beauty of this, is if I'm not the one using it and I'm not going to use it, then I wouldn't sell the product. So picking that product, there were a lot of red light therapy devices where you have big panels, you have larger ones that plug into the walls. I wanted a small one that you could take with you anywhere you went. So I wanted it rechargeable and lightweight. So that was my first product. And needless to say, that with exactly what I wanted, I thought I got exactly what I wanted. However, there were issues with it. So that ended up being, probably a year-long process of getting the right product made. However, there were a lot of issues with the battery and stuff. So sadly, I ended up having to ditch that product. I had to get rid of all that work, that's a whole nother podcast, but the one that, so I went back to the drawing board, and the one that I did pick and make, it's actually more lightweight than the other one. So this is what that looks like. The little mini is just about the size of your cell phone, and it has the red and the infrared light. So I started with wanting that type of product and just being on the go. And that's kind of where the products where I'm promoting are where you can take with you. You can use them anywhere, anytime. And, even if you only have 10 minutes a night right before bed, just things that you can do to just make a difference in your life.
Once again, listening and watching us on Refocus Radio, Refocus Network, talking to our guest today, Tammy Nevin. Go to her website. It's super easy. It is happysoulwellness.com. When you look at how you market your product line and allow people to find you online, that is like a secret formula that everyone's always trying to crack open. For you as a small business owner, being able to get yourself out there for the people to find you, it takes a process, trial and error. What has been your experience so far, understanding where your clients are and how they find you?
So I thought the easiest route would be to start with Amazon, because there are so many people on Amazon. And what I didn't realize, starting a business, and I ran a real estate business. I've done, numerous other jobs in my life, but I had never actually ran my own business and did advertising. But I started on Amazon, and that was kind of an issue in itself, because of the products that I'm selling. So you have red light therapy, you have infrared heat, you have things like that. And they need to make sure that what you are selling is legit. So there are a lot of hoops to jump over selling on Amazon, which is a good thing though in this space, because you want to be legit, and there's lots of paperwork you need to provide in selling things like this. So, but once again, it was something that it was a learning process. So it's all been a learning process. But I started on Amazon, and they have PPC, it's pay-per-click advertising. And it can get very expensive if you don't pay attention to that. And once again, I've learned the hard way. I think everything in this business has been learned the hard way. So I didn't have a mentor or anything like that. Pretty much watching YouTube videos. That is how I learned everything from starting my business, is watching YouTube videos. But I started on Amazon, and then I went over to my website, and And I also do some advertising on the website. I'm getting in doing more advertising because I realize that you don't want to be tied down to Amazon, because if something happens, then you have no business. So, and I just needed a place for people to find me and have easier access to finding me. So that's where that came in.
And outside of Amazon, as people follow you online, social media, what are some of the things that you see have seemed to work for your business model, as far as if someone, potential customer, has questions and they want to reach out? How has that been like for you to be able to use other social channels to help answer questions or just help people through the process when they're trying to look at your line?
I love being able to have other social channels. Instagram has been awesome. And then, it's been great collaborating with other founders or other business owners in giving away products or getting people to know about what we are and where we're coming from. So we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, TikTok, and a little bit of Pinterest, but where we are most of the time is Instagram and Facebook, just for people to find us. And our Instagram handle is at HappySoulWI. It's HappySolWI. And I've put together a lot of blog posts as well on our website, just so that people learn about more wellness practices, things that I was looking for when I didn't know what to look for. And there's so many things that you can do to practice wellness without spending money. And we have a whole bunch of things on our blog just to give you information. If you're starting out on your wellness journey, it's a good place to start.
When you look at how a lot of people are trying to go into that holistic approach, what are some maybe current patterns you've seen, or maybe future patterns that you see that people are piquing interest, as far as like maybe technology and how the future may look like with wellness and with the lines that you carry? I'm sure they have upgrades and you have to keep up with that as well.
Yes, definitely. So another product we carry is an infrared sauna blanket. So something like that is, if you don't have the money for an infrared sauna, or if you don't have the space for it, and if you can't just go to the spa and use it, we have a blanket, and it looks like a sleeping bag. You can roll it up. We have a bag, and you can put it anywhere and use it. So you don't need a lot of space. It's not that expensive. For the benefits of infrared heat is really amazing as well. Another thing that it's a line we don't carry, I've looked a lot into it, is grounding. So grounding is huge for wellness. It reduces inflammation. And what grounding is going barefoot outside, sitting on the beach, sitting on the sand, and having just your body up against the earth's surface. That's grounding. Well, now they sell grounding sheets, grounding mats. I have a grounding mat myself that I use right under my desk, but that is to reduce inflammation. And our society has just gotten away from just going barefoot. So grounding is a big thing. And I think that's going to be around for a long time. Just more things like that is so easy to do, and it's not going to cost a lot of money. That's going to help you. I think things like that are going to be around for a while.
Imagine those who may be new at this and they either recently discovered your website or one of your product lines. What are some of the most frequently asked questions from new customers who are just now starting the journey in the whole holistic approach?
Well, I've had customers ask about the benefits of red light therapy, if it's actually legit, and it is. I know some people think it's a hoax, but there's been so many studies on red light therapy. I've had a couple patients that actually, one person had long-term Lyme's disease, and the infrared sauna blanket has helped so much. And I don't get a ton of questions. It's more like feedback and what things have done and how things have helped people. So that's why I do it. To hear how the products have helped people and how they're feeling and just given them a new look on life. That's the key.
Once again, listen, Refocus Radio, talking to our guest today, Tammy Nevin. You can go to her website, happysoulwellness.com. Happy Soul, that's a great name for your brand and business. When you decided that this is something that you wanted to make happen, what was the process like for you coming up with the name? And also, what was the storyline of you deciding, okay, this is what I'm calling it?
Yeah. So it's funny. I had a different name picked out. It was Essential Health. And that it was kind of boring and looking for trademarks and all that. And it's like, so then I went down the rabbit hole of just putting words together. And the reason picking my business was red light therapy. So that's where I had it in my mind, where it was going to be a company and I was going to sell some wellness products and red light therapy. And that was the first product. So I wanted people to be happy. And soul is for sun and light. So that's where I came up with the name, where it's like, okay, if you feel good about yourself, and most people are going to be happy when they're feeling good in their own skin. And then soul was light. So that's where I came up with the name. So, and I thought of the name and I'm like, that's it. That is the name.
You've been on many other media outlets, and in business, it's not always easy to get your foot in the door. But for you have. Did your experience in previous careers, you mentioned being in real estate, being able to interact with people in those industries, did that help you kind of articulate your vision for your brand, or was it just a combination of several things?
Yeah, I think so. I'm the type of person, I probably talk too much. So that's probably my downfall. And I just have that personality that I love to talk to people. And I'm kind of an introverted extrovert. So I have my times when I'm, far away, but I think that has helped me in my real estate career. I have dealt with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people in 20 years of real estate. So I think that does help as well. I had a career as a legal assistant way before real estate. So and a server. I worked in the service industry as a server and bartender in my early days too. So just being around people all the time, I think I love to talk and I love to get the word out about how taking care of yourself can be easy and it doesn't have to be so hard. So that's kind of my mission, is just to let everyone know about the benefits and just getting the word out.
Every business, they're always trying to crack that secret formula that always seems to work for, their unique space in the market. When you found your strengths and maybe notice some weaknesses, what was some of the plans that you put into play as far as this is how I plan to grow my numbers and who I can be able to make an impact on? Because it's not easy on the outside looking in, because from a customer perspective, it's like, oh, great, you're open. But it's a lot more details going on behind the scenes. You're carrying many hats, the IT person for your website, emails, all that. How do you create that formula of success for your business?
I think some of it is educating yourself and doing lots of research. One thing that I would try to get people to do is have a mentor. I don't have one mentor. I do speak with other people who are business owners that I have met through groups online that are like female founders, and asking them questions on things and getting their take. So just having someone to talk to, whether it be multiple people or a certain mentor, I think that will get you to where you need to go may not be as quickly as you want. So I think you overestimate what you can do in a year and you underestimate what you can do in 5 years. So I think if people just have patience I've done something every day to try to move the needle forward. And I think if you just do something and you keep, educating yourself, I think that's a big thing. Reading lots of books.
Once again, listen to Refocus Radio, watching us online, Refocus Network, talking to our special guest, Tammy Nevin. Go to her website. It's happysoulwellness.com. And let's touch on that. We got about 5 minutes left. When you see yourself as a successful business owner, as a woman in the business world, being your own boss and creating a pathway for other women to be inspired by, especially those who are new to the entrepreneurship world, what's some of the things that you feel are key core ingredients that has allowed you to sustain your pathway, being able to not just build your business, but to leave a legacy as well?
I think the word that comes to mind for me is resilience. So if I wasn't resilient, I would have quit the business the first few times that there were issues. So, you try to grow and there's always something in the universe that wants to test you and try to hold you back. And you just have to be resilient. You just have to push along. My biggest thing is I guess if I didn't have these issues, I wouldn't have learned. So I think if they made it easy, everyone would be an entrepreneur and start a business. So I think it's just resilience. You need to have resilience. You need to keep pushing through and don't give up. And you will get the door slammed in your face so many times and there will be issues, but they always work out eventually. So that's what I would say.
And being able to have tough skin in business is key as well. What words of encouragement would you give to maybe a young entrepreneur who hasn't quite made that jump, but they're thinking about doing it? Based on your personal experience, what are some of the things you can give to them and understanding that it's not just tough skin, but like you said, points made earlier, you have to understand that, it won't last forever. Things will change. Seasons come and go, but it's not like it's game over. It's just that you have to learn and you got to be able to be tough in here.
Absolutely. So most people that you hang out with are not going to be entrepreneurs. They're not going to be in that line of work. So you need to try to, whether you're hanging out with these people online or if you live in a bigger city, it'd be a lot easier than me to do that. Just find places of people and meet people that you want to aspire to be like. You want to meet people who are right above you of where you want to be. Either find mentors, get in groups that will teach you, because there's a lot to learn. And I think the key is hanging out with people and being around people who you want to be like. And that's kind of the biggest thing for me is get down and dirty. Like you're not going to get anywhere if you don't take action, and you have to take action, and whether that be lots of research, or I would say for someone just starting out, get out there and meet people who you want to be like.
Well, once again, you've been listening to Refocus Radio and watching us online on Refocus Network. We're talking to our special guest, Tammy Nevin. Go to her website, happysoulwellness.com. Like she says, she has a lot of resources. She has a blog that you can really see other sides to her personality and what she has to offer. She's been on many different platforms, but also don't forget, go shopping, man. It's almost Christmas. It's not Christmas just yet, but when this podcast comes out, you have time to check out all the things that she has for you guys. So first and foremost, is there any last things that our audience, listening or viewing, can be able to not just keep in touch with you, but if you have any specials, any sales, or just new products coming, what's the best way they can keep up to date on your journey?
So if they sign up for emails, then they do get a 15% off discount, and then we do send, and we don't bog them down with emails. So that's the biggest thing. When new products do come out, they're the first to know, and they could follow us on at Happy Soul WI, because we do giveaways here and there, and it's fun to just check out all the other things out there.
Well, like I always want to say to you, Tammy, not just for our listeners and viewers to go to your website, happysoulwellness.com, but to you personally, want to say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, however you celebrate it. Thank you for taking time, spending a little time with us today. And like always, thank you.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to be here.